welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, tankers of Blitz Universe. The meta has changed in Tier 10. The meta has changed and the heavies are back. They are back in the saddle, they are back on the field, they are back to rule World of Tanks Blitz. And yeah, I really think that they are back to rule World of Tanks Blitz. Because Tier 10 heavy tanks just got heavier. And as Wargaming stated, they've changed the hit point pools for each Tier 10 tank by 5 to 20% depending on its characteristics. Now the role of heavy tanks suits their class better as they'll live longer, they'll block more damage and they'll act more confidently. Living longer? That's for sure. Because, well, they have more hit points and that means people will need more shots to kill tanks. That's no mistake. They will block more damage! Well, not so much, because if you don't know how to block damage, then having more HP will not help. And what Wargaming state, they will act more confidently. And yes, we have seen that already, or I've seen that already. More on that later. What Wargaming also say in the update 6.9 article, and I'm gonna link that in the description below, they said, we want to give them back their traditional battle roll. The boost is relatively small, but in battle conditions it will most often allow the tank to survive an additional enemy shot, and make that even 2 if they are using the added assembly for more hit points. So for each particular tank, the boost value depends on the vehicle's roles in battle and its gameplay. Which means that the big ones, the Mouse and the E100, they get more in terms of buff, because these are meant to be the super heavies and really hold the line. And then this one, the T125 and the FV215B, they get a bit less in terms of a buff, because they are more of, I don't know, a hybrid heavium type of tanks. The IS-4, however, is a very decent tank as well. And my predictions were that the rules for tanks were to be changed. And that is really true. Heavies can now go to a flank, and if you know how to play a heavy, if you know how to use its strengths and weaknesses in battle, then you can really dominate and hold the line. You should not do what this T-57 heavy is doing. He might have been AFK. I think he actually went to the island, sitting across the top of Mines Hill to be able to shoot as much as possible across. But now the role of these heavy tanks, of the T-57 heavy, of the T-125, is, in my opinion, to lead the charge. They have more hit points. Make sure your enemy will shoot you, so that you will block the shots and take the hits that you can take, because you do have the hit point pool available, which your medium tanks do not. CD_5 from the F3S clan is now shooting this T-57 heavy. As you can see, he's done a little bit of damage. He's done 4k damage, which is quite good. For all of the medium tanks and all of the heavy tanks, damage numbers will go up as well. I predicted that already in my video, which of course was no rocket science whatsoever. But you can see that you have to play these heavy tanks in the right spot. You have to go to a spot where you can be successful and where you can use your hit point advantage. And yes, it will only be 1 or 2 shots. It will only be 1 or 2 shots. If you're getting hit by big guns, maybe even just 1, but for mediums, 2, 3 shots max. That may not seem a lot, but some of the medium tanks were really capable of just pushing in, while CD does not get the 5th kill. I was thinking, oh, it's a nice gesture on the Death Star's part, waiting to shoot, withholding the shot, and then allowing CD to get 5 kills, but it wasn't to happen. Then again, 5.7k damage, not too shabby, 4 kills, great mastery there. But what I wanted to highlight is the fact that Wargaming state, well, these vehicles, they will act more confidently. Yeah, people do that. They just drive forward, while we're gonna look at me playing here in the E100, some nub with the YouTube channel. Yeah, it's actually me. I decided to go out in my E100, and you can see I have loaded all the hit points now. That's a really tasty pool of hit points. And I'm really confident. I will try to block more damage. And I'm gonna fulfill my role. I'm going to act more confidently. So I'm very confident I'm gonna shoot this heavy tank, and that is an IS-7. So I will bounce on the engine deck with my derp gun. Anyways, fired one shot. I'm being really confident here, as you can see. So I'm just going to sit here and reload and then see what my team is doing. Are there any more tanks spotted? This is a full tier 10 battle, as you can see as well, which is really good in my opinion. We're going to see more of this. Look at this. 3 heavies on the green, 3 heavies on the reds, only 1 medium tank on each team, and we have a light tank as well. Not so many in terms of tank destroyers. There will be so much more E100 platoons, mouse platoons, and they can go forward and yeah, really ruffle stomp a flank. Well, I'm trying to get shots in on the IS-7, as you can see. I'm being careful not to drive into the cap. There we go. Hello. Thank you very much. 724. And I'm under the bridge where I drew some blood. Gonna be fine and dandy. You're gonna side scrape here as much as possible. See what happens. You can see I've moved up confidently. I'm fulfilling my role, and I'm gonna try to block more damage if possible. Gonna shoot this guy again. Thank you very much. Oh, there's another E100 coming in. And this is what we're gonna see more. Heavies acting confidently. And then they're gonna block shots, and I did not block at all. 2 shots straight into me. Right, that didn't quite work. I exposed my lower plate. That was stupid. I have to back up a little bit more. Gonna back up. Gonna back up. Yes, shoot my tracks. Yes, I'm acting confidently, and yes, I've blocked damage. I'm doing as Wargaming have told me, and I'm fulfilling my role up front. Anyway, but. Just this is what you're gonna see. This is what you're gonna see. Not that shot, me getting shot by the E100, but I can shoot him now. You're gonna see more of these brawls where heavies duke it out 1-on-1, and we've seen that before, obviously. But then 9 times out of 10, there was the fun police coming in, like this 1-to-1B is gonna do now, being invincible and all. It was the heavies rolling in, or the mediums rolling in, or towards the heavies. It was the Sheridans and the T92 E1s of this world. They were rolling in, and they were then just shooting you with the big derpy guns and really overpowered gun handling with a big gun and all the heat shells, etc. And I'm gonna get blown up here because yeah, that's the Jagdpanzer 100. But I went forward and I blocked damage, as you can see, and I was feeling very confident. So I'm playing as intended. I'm playing as intended. And I don't know if the grill was talking to me, but I'm gonna say thanks anyway in the chat. So yeah, this was my game in the E100. Nothing spectacular at all. And that's a VK168. But what I did move up. And you can see I got a 2nd class for only 3k damage. I've done a little bit of spotting for the team. I'm not top in terms of XP, but 2nd in the line. Not bad at all. A little bit of spotting done, as you can see. And this is what you can do now in a heavy. Because if you can survive 2-3 shots more, if you can live a little bit longer in a heavy tank, then you can do an actual bit of spotting as well. I've played the Leopard 2. Wasn't that impressive with the Leopard. Mediums, especially things like a Leopard, and I maybe even think the FV4202, they will suffer. STB1, not so much. DPM tanks like the Object 140 T62A, maybe not so much, but medium tanks will suffer a lot more in the meta that it is. That's becoming the current meta, and I can put that shot into the E75. Thank you very much. And I'm just going to roll backwards, and this T125, God bless you, mate. What are you doing? I mean, you're trying to be held on and all, but you're way too aggressive. I mean, you do have more hit points, so you should act confidently. What he's doing there, but if you're acting really confidently, then you could be overestimating yourself. And this change in meta does not mean that if you are not aware of what your tank can do, while I bounce a shot on the front of the WZ-121, if you're not aware of what your tank can do, more hit points will not make you play better. I mean, this guy is very confident as well, but this is not your role. Yes, you want to do 54, at least I don't think it is. And I'm gonna... What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, shot on the E100. There we go. Yes, that one hit just underneath this upper hull plate, which is very good. I still have all my hit points. I'm fulfilling my role up front. I'm feeling confident, but I'm not blocking any damage yet. Bit of situational awareness into the WZ-121, and we've made him into a one-shot kill for basically everybody on the field, and that's good, and that means he's down now. Thank you very much. No questions asked. We've pulled it back 1 versus 1. Like said, if you do not know what your tank can do, you will not be able to fulfill your role, because more hit points does not mean you get more armor. More hit points only means that you will be able to survive 2 or 3 more shots. So do not take your heavy just forward and expect to bounce everything, because a Sheridan is still a Sheridan. A bad chat is still a bad chat, and enemy tanks can still track you in place, and then you get hopefully whacked by your teammates, or you get whacked. You get whacked by their teammates, and or when you track a tank in place, your teammates can whack them. But other than that, you have to still play cautiously. You have to still play, think the game through, take a look at the minimap, figure out what is happening, and that's what I'm gonna do here. I can push over that ridge, but I will then push into a Foch 155 and a Desert. So I'm gonna do this. Hello guys, yeah, come at me, come at me, come at me. I'm held down. We're gonna shoot you through the side drive wheel. Thank you very much. And this ice file thinking, oh, I have more hit points. I'm very acting confidently. I shall move forward and get tracked and lose nearly all my health I had left still. I left still full health, so I can act really confidently and just push in and then shoot him to the side. Thank you very much, no questions asked. That's 3 kills, 3,620 damage dealt. Not monstrous damage, but, well, solid. Solid. As a rock. Right, this AMX 50B, who's still on my team, is going to be very confident, and he's going to roll forward, and a bouncing shot on the Foch 155. And I'm looking at the AMX and I was thinking, oh dude, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why? I mean, you got 3 shots, you have an autoloader, but that's a Foch 155, he has an autoloader as well. And that Destar had some, has a big gun. And then you would get spotted right over there, so I'm backing up already. Hello, Destar, you can't shoot me. You can shoot me, come on. Shoot my gun, shoot my gun, shoot my gun, shoot my gun, shoot my gun. No, I'm gonna back up then and make sure he goes unspotted. Yes, he's unspotted, which means I'm unspotted now as well. Just a little maneuvering around, he's spotted again by the Yak Tiger, who is not poking the ridge as you can see. He's only poking ever so slightly to keep the tank spotted. And then the Destar bounced, or missed, I don't know, WTFF. But yeah, such is life, mate. I still have full health, so I can push forward onto you now. And I got my brand in the back, and I'm a Russian tank, so I'm going to shoot you right through the top of the turret. There we go. And bounce a shot from the Foch. And then riddle me this. 560. You got that? 560. I'm going to bounce the Foch again. 545. What? I'll figure it out. I'll try to find it out. On either Blitz Stars or Blitz Hang or whatever. But what shell on a Foch 155 packs 545 in terms of alpha? I don't know, but yeah. Anyways, we're gonna shoot him again with HC and no pop off the turret because it's a turretless tank destroyer. Well, this was an ace game in the IS4 and I felt confident. I think I acted my role. And I got a mastery! Hurrah! Leave your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. Tankers of Blitz Universe. Do you like the current changes to Tier 10? And have you been playing your heavies already? What's your favorite heavy in Tier 10? Drop it down below. Thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you all in the next video. Cheers! Happy tanking! Time for coffee.